All right, today we're going to break down one of the most powerful psychological triggers in all of advertising, and that's urgency. We're going to explore how this one little concept can totally change your Google Ads messaging and, more importantly, your bottom line.
So let me ask you something. If you run a service business, does this sound familiar? You're spending good money on Google Ads. You see the clicks coming in, but your phone? It's just quiet. It has to be one of the most frustrating feelings out there, right?
And hey, if that's you, you're definitely not alone. The data here is pretty staggering. Check this out. On average, a massive 97% of people who visit a website, they just leave without ever taking action. They click, they take a quick look, and poof, they're gone. Think about that. It's a huge missed opportunity.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the problem, clicks but no calls. Then we'll look at why your ads might be getting ignored. From there, we'll get to the good stuff, the solution, which is all about the power of urgency. We'll see it in action and then wrap up with the impact this can have, turning those clicks into actual booked jobs.
All right, first up, let's dig a little deeper into that core problem.
So the scenario is probably pretty simple and familiar. You look at your Google Ads report and it says you're getting traffic. You know, people are seeing your ad, they're clicking through to your site, but that's where the story ends. The phone just isn't ringing. Those contact forms are empty, and it feels like your ad spend is just evaporating into thin air.
So what's really going on here? What's the disconnect between someone clicking your ad and actually becoming a paying customer?
Well, the key thing to understand is the customer's mindset. Think about it. When someone searches on Google, they're usually in research mode, right? They open up a few tabs, they're comparing a few different businesses, and they're just looking for the best option. Now, if your ad is generic, you're just another tab in their browser. There's nothing that makes them stop and say, okay, this is the one. It gives them no reason to stop looking and choose you right now.
And that's the key difference, you see. A generic ad is, well, it's passive. It's got information, sure, but it doesn't demand the decision. It basically gives potential customers an easy out to just keep on browsing.
Okay, so this brings us to the solution, and it's a fundamental shift in how you think about your offer. It is all about the power of urgency.
So what exactly is urgency? Simply put, it's a psychological trigger. It gives a customer a really compelling reason to act now instead of later. It's what makes them stop researching and finally make a decision.
Under the hood, urgency taps into a really powerful human emotion that we all have, the fear of missing out. You know, FOMO. It creates that feeling that if you don't act soon, you're going to lose out on a great opportunity, whether that's a discount, a special offer, or maybe just getting that immediate service you need.
Okay, so that's the theory, but let's get practical. How does this actually work in the real world? What does urgency really look like in an ad?
Just take a look at the difference here. On the left, you've got your standard generic ad. Plumber in Springfield, free estimates, call us today. It's fine, but it's passive. But look at the one on the right. It becomes active. Offer ends tonight. Call now and save 10%. See, it creates a specific deadline and a real tangible benefit for acting immediately. It just demands your attention.
And you know, there are a few different ways you can create this feeling of urgency. You can go with a limited time offer, like sale ends today. You can use scarcity, like only 3 spots left. You can make it exclusive, like a VIP access deal. Or you can even tie it to an event, like a special holiday sale.
Now, to make this work, you've got to follow a few simple rules. First, be specific. 50% off ends at midnight is way stronger than just sale ends soon. Second, use strong action words, verbs like claim, secure, or grab. And finally, quantify the offer. Numbers are incredibly powerful. Saying only 5 left is so much more persuasive.
Okay, so we've seen how to do it, but what's the real impact on your business? How does this actually turn those clicks into paying jobs?
This is where it gets really interesting. This chart shows the return on ad spend, or ROAS, for a standard static ad compared to one that uses urgency. And the results? They're dramatic. The ad with urgency generated more than double the return. I mean, for every single dollar spent, it brought back over $4 in revenue. That's a game changer.
So here's the bottom line. Urgent ads do so much more than just get clicks. They actually act as a filter. They bring in the serious buyers, the people who are ready to make a decision right now. And that means the clicks you're paying for are far more likely to turn into real, profitable, booked jobs. It completely transforms your ad spend from just another expense into a direct investment in your business. So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. A generic ad just kind of asks for a click and then hopes for the best. But an urgent ad, it asks for a call,
It focuses on the one action that actually grows your business. So, think about it. Is your ad copy just asking for a click, or is it demanding a call? It's a really important question. If you want more practical insights just like this to help grow your service business, definitely make sure you subscribe.
And hey, if you're looking for a hand implementing these kinds of strategies, Proper Marketers specializes in turning that Google ad spend into what really matters, real calls and booked jobs. Thanks so much for watching.